welcome to another episode of Franklin and Douglas, where we talk about current events and give you bad advice. I'm Franklin, and with me, as always, is my buddy Douglas. Double D, how's it going?
It's going, just great. It's just going great. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's Friday. It's time to kick back and enjoy the weekend. Although we have had some very high winds this
Mm.
week, and it's kicking up, all the stuff, and so my allergies are acting up. So I sound a little, you know, wait, remember that episode in Friends with Phoebe? I had that sexy, cool voice.
No,
Oh, come on, Jesus. Well, anyway,
I
my
do not
voice.
like the show Friends. Probably unpopular opinion, but
Okay, okay, I can totally understand that. Well,
I'll
at any
pretend I know
rate,
what you're talking about. Oh my god, that was so funny, that
you're
episode.
such a jerk. So yeah, no, I'm just sounding a little deeper today, but other than that, yeah, these high winds have been kicking up. So the other day it was like 30, 40 to 30 mile an hour winds,
Ooh,
and I was like, let me get back in the house before someone drops a house on me.
right.
And so it's also been a red flag warning as well, for fire danger because it's dry.
Oh,
And
there's already some
the, you know
fires in Southern California, right?
yeah, yeah. And
Mm.
so we always have to be concerned about those hill fires and increased fire danger. So Mother Nature isn't happy right now, but that's what happens as we get into November and everything, and those seasons change.
Yeah.
But other than that, I got my 2025 calendar, and I'm starting my planning for 2025. I,
Oh,
yeah, I love calendars. I love writing notes and everything. So I put down each note has a motivational quote for me. So 2025 is going to be my year.
until February 1st, and then fuck, fuck 2025.
Exactly. Well, no, February 1st is Black History Month, so
Oh, okay.
we'll keep it pushing, and then once we
March
get
is
into
St.
March,
Patty's Day, so
yes, and then April's my month for my birthday. So I don't know.
okay.
I might have a good couple of 4 months. We'll see how it goes. Okay,
Okay, sounds good.
keep you posted.
Right.
Oh my god. So other than that, how have you been? How you been doing?
Well, as some people may know, here in the US, we did have a government related event that happened earlier in the
Oh,
week. Yeah,
really? What happened? Oh my
some
god.
call it an election.
Oh,
So,
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard about that. I heard about
yeah.
that.
So I had that going on, and I am very fortunate, blessed, what have you, to be able to work from home. But of
Mhm.
course, the day after the election, I volunteered to go into the office to go for a meeting. So I found out the news of the election when I woke up that morning. Uh,
My
but
frantic text.
yes, I was not kept all night by texts. I put my phone on silent.
I turned it off midway and just started drinking.
Right, right. So I
Oh my
when
god.
I went into the office, it was actually like a ghost town. So I figured either people were celebrating or up celebrating late that night before and didn't go into work, or there was people, or probably half the people, just that want to see other human beings in person. So it was basically me and the person I was supposed to have a meeting with in this big office. So
Wow, wow. Yeah, same here. I actually took 2 days off as well. Took
mm,
the day of the election and the day after, because again, I didn't know what was gonna happen. I was either gonna be drinking for celebration or drinking for sadness,
right.
but, either way, yeah, I went back into the office, yesterday, and, everybo everybody's like, "Hey, how's it going?" I was like, "Don't talk to me." But no, no. You know what? It is what it is, and we as a country have to come together and work together, and hopefully, we'll be okay. So,
Yeah.
either way.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but okay, I'm glad. You feeling okay otherwise?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Nothing catastrophic
Oh,
has happened to me yet. So
Okay.
It's like
Well,
what do they say, on eggshells, what have you, right now. So
yeah,
there's still
yeah.
plenty of
But
2024 left before I get into my 2025 new year, new me attitude. So
you got to start now, okay? You got to start the planning now. I'm starting early. Normally I start right in January. I'm starting now,
okay,
okay? And there we go. All right.
I'm gonna get out
Well,
that
I'm
Ziggy motivational desk calendar then.
good, good. Well, I'm glad that you are doing well. Other than the election crap, I heard this interesting news this past week. All of this stuff that's going on, and so there was this young girl in New York City
Hmm.
that was killed subway surfing. Did you hear about this?
So is subway surfing like where they jump over the turnstiles, or
Yeah, so
is
if you
it
don't know, yeah, so um it involves riding on top of a subway car
what?
while it's moving, okay?
What?
So yes, exactly. So if you've ever seen any Tom Cruise movies, which I've
Ugh.
seen every single one, of course,
Does he
um
fall off the subway?
never,
Ugh.
because he's a professional. He is
Okay.
always fighting or running on top of a train, okay?
Okay.
And so, yeah, he's a professional. He can do that stuff. So, but apparently, it's a craze or new trend that's going on social media. And so these kids are jumping on top of trains and they're video taping themselves and doing all this stuff while they're on top of these trains. Well, this young teenage girl, I think she was like 13 to 14 or something like that.
Hmm.
Um, she lost her life because she fell off, shockingly. And you know me, I'm into gore, serial killers, and different stuff.
Right.
Although I'd hate watching like scary movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love true crime, but I can't watch a scary movie.
Right.
So on social media, because you can see everything, they were the police officer was on a ladder climbing up, pulling body parts
Ugh.
off of like this railing of underneath the freeway underpass thing of where the train goes by. It was a hand.
Oh dear
It's
God.
not it's not funny. I swear to God, it's not because somebody lost their life.
No. Yeah.
But it's I was just like,
But
oh
it's like,
my God,
is this real life?
is this
Like,
real life? Yes. And so yeah, they're picking body parts up. And people are just walking through town with their coffee going, oh, look at that. You know,
well, I used to
it's
live
we're
in New York, so I could totally see that. Actually.
hmm So yeah, it was so crazy to see this. And so my thing is what goes through kids' minds and in the conversation that they have with each other. It's like, hey, what do you want to do today? I don't know. You want to, hop on top of a subway and go surfing?
uh,
Like, what is the conversation? I mean, it is absolutely maddening.
well,
I
how old
mean,
did you say they were? 13, 14?
I think they're between 13 and 15 that she
Okay.
was. And then it's like when I was, looking at this stuff, it's a big thing. It's all over TikTok. It is it's a thing that kids are doing, you know? And like she's not the first one that has unfortunately lost her life, but I'm like, wow, I mean, we've done dumb stuff as kids,
Right.
but I don't think I've ever done anything that dangerous, except for that one time at that vampire movie, and and now I'm the undead.
Oh goodness. I
But the
don't.
conversation that goes on,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's
they're so young and their brains aren't developed. I mean,
mhm,
sorry, people that age, but you're not. But yeah, like I guess. Well, you said it was all over social media, so they're probably seeing people successfully do it, and they're
right.
just like, "Oh yeah, this looks easy. This looks fun." But like I said, I used to live in New York. I used to take the subway back and forth to
Hmm.
work all the time. And some of those trains can go super fast.
Right,
Like you're in a
right,
subway and one of them, it's not your stop, and when them blow through, like you get that gush of wind. Like I can't
exactly.
imagine someone that young, like not being knocked over from that gust of wind. Plus, oh man, a lot of things are going through my head. Plus the ceiling's
Right,
really low. Like, oh my goodness.
exactly. Yeah, and so it's like, the whole just imagining the whole entire thing,
Yeah.
of her and her body weight,
Hmm.
she can't, that young, they're maybe less than 100 pounds. It's just, how did you get up there? I'm assuming,
That too.
yeah, I'm assuming that, she got on the train and then there's a way to get up and out of it.
I mean, you can
It
go in between cars.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
So maybe that's
you
how.
yeah. I know that, I've ridden the L train in Chicago,
Hmm.
and so I believe if they haven't changed those, that you can go in between the cars and things like that. Even
Right.
the BART out here, although the new ones that they're building, it just goes straight through the door. There's no outside that you see.
Mm,
But how do you get up there? And then here's the train starting to take off, right?
yeah.
That's crazy. So, yeah,
It's,
so
and you know, you were saying
unfortunately
that I was picturing them like on a
just
bridge,
going
like jumping over a bridge onto the car. Now, like I'm thinking about, yeah, going up in between the cars is probably more
right.
easier.
No, yeah, them jumping from the bridge, that's in the movies, that's Tom,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay.
So, yeah,
Uh,
that's so crazy that, they're doing that type of stuff, and so, you know, kids out there, you gotta be careful, you know? We need you, you're the future. We don't need you
I believe the
subway.
children are the future.
No, she was singing, "I Can Believe I Can Fly."
Oh no.
But,
Uh,
yeah, so yeah, that's a pretty crazy thing, but, so, yeah, I've been reviewing all that this week, and just the sadness. That was pretty sad too, but it was just crazy to see the police officer just picking off body parts.
yeah. It and you know, I when I think of like these social media like things that these kids are doing, you know, I remember that there was like a Benadryl challenge. Like there was a kid in Ohio that died because of a social media Benadryl challenge where they're taking like as many of the pills as possible and like taking like twice the normal dose or three times the normal dose because it makes you hallucinate. And so,
Really?
yeah, so kids were doing that because of social media. And this, I think he was a teenager. I think he was like 13, 12, also, and died from
Wow,
ingesting
wow.
too much Benadryl.
I mean, I'm a Benadryl addict as well, but I'm not
Yeah.
I mean, I don't yeah, 'cause I don't take the pills, I don't like the pills, I take
Do that
the
liquid.
liquid, like yeah, like like that, 'cause I'm 5.
Right. In the
And
little
so
spoon.
and then no, I use the little cup and I
Okay.
measure it out. I take it like a shot, boom,
Pretend it's
but,
a Saturday night.
exactly, and like, "What you doing?" "Oh, I'm just sipping on some Benadryl." But yeah, no, Benadryl, that's just like sleeping pills. I mean, there's no hallucination. You sleep and you ain't waking up.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what
Yes.
happened. I mean, because it can affect your heart and everything too. And
Exactly. Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like that's why I measure it out because you sitting up there and then all of a sudden it's Tuesday and you went to sleep on a Saturday, right?
I'll say at my age, anything will knock knock me out at this point. So
Okay.
I
Exactly.
only do my one Claritin D, and I will not do more.
Okay. Oh my god, yeah. But, so yeah, that's, some crazy stuff, but kids, be careful out there. All these challenges that these kids are doing out there is ridiculous. Again, it's be
Mhm.
safe, and sometimes I'm like, "Where are your parents?" "Where Honey, where are
Right.
you going?" "Oh, I'm gonna go subway surfing." "Okay, have a good time."
Yeah. Wear your helmet.
"Wear your helmet." "Oh, mom." Man.
I mean,
So,
as we're speaking though, like I'm looking and like there's actually attorney generals that are
mhm.
actually suing TikTok over these challenges.
Right, because
So
that's where
you,
they're all coming from. Right.
yeah, so you have Letitia James in New York, and was that General Rob Bonta of California, our lead coalition with, it says 14 attorney generals against social media platform TikTok for misleading the public about the safety of its platform and harming young people's mental health.
Right.
Because I mean, there are some things you watch, and it does say, you know, these these stunts are performed, you know, could be dangerous, what have you. But again, you're 12, 13, 14, like you
Mhm.
ignore that. That I know I would have
Mhm.
ignored it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. Um, so yeah, just like I say, just be careful out there and think about some of this. They're doing it for likes and for attention, and what they're gonna gain on social media, because it's that's the new craze, right? That's the new thing. We didn't have that growing up, We
No.
didn't have, this all this social media and stuff like that, and people, trying to get likes, but it is what it is, but
I mean, like when we were younger, you had peer pressure from other kids and that, but you know, in this instance, you've got large, like I guess, like, you know, really fast put out there kind of like images and just kind of influencing kids. So instead of having like one or two kids like, oh, jump into this river or something, you've
right,
got
right.
video after video after video of people successfully doing something.
Exactly. And so they're like, "Oh, they can do it. I can do it." Exactly. I mean,
And
I'm like that every time I see a Tom Cruise movie. I'm like, Psh, I can do that.
and like you said, for the likes too, like we didn't have that. Like, you know, yeah, you try to impress other kids or what have you, but now they're like trying to get as many likes as possible, and that's kind of like a social status. Like,
It
I
is.
have this many
Yeah.
followers, I have this many likes. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is. Yeah. So,
It's just a sign I'm
at any
getting
rate,
old, I guess.
at any rate, be careful out there, kids. And we're gonna give you some more bad advice now too. What do you got for us?
Yeah. So little Tommy says, I want to ride the subway. No,
Do it,
kidding.
Tommy. Do it.
No. Do it for the talk. I mean, it's not funny. We're making
It
light of
is
it,
not.
but oh
It
my
is not. It's
goodness.
horrible. But again, do it for the talk.
Oh, geez. Okay, well, let's move on. Let's move on to some bad advice. So,
Okay.
as always, we want to remind our audience that we are not trained professionals and our advice should not be taken seriously. See, it's like that TikTok warning we're doing right now.
Exactly, we should.
But what qualifications do we have, Franklin?
We have the qualifications because we survived the Castros 2 for one night, and if anybody knows the Castros 2 for one night, yeah, we
Yeah.
survived it. And we survived, not getting kidnapped by that man in the van.
We did not do that for the talk.
We didn't do it for the talk, we did it for our lives.
Yeah.
So,
So,
we are qualified to guide you through life's challenges.
right. So,
I just like to mention that when that was happening, and we were reaching out to people, the next day, "Oh, you guys are good?"
yeah. Oh,
At
you
any rate,
survived.
you survived.
Ah,
Oh my god. All
so
right.
today we're going to be pulling our questions from Reddit's advice category. If you'd like us to answer your question for advice, please DM us on our socials or comment. Maybe your question will appear on our next episode.
Okay.
So we're
Get
going
into it.
to so we're going to start off with I think my boyfriend is gay by Misa Misa.
Hmm.
Yeah. So they go on to
He
say,
is. You don't even have to read it. He is.
if you're questioning, he is. So they go on to say, I'm looking for some advice. They are a 27-year-old female. Their partner is a 29-year-old male. My boyfriend of 4.5 years started working at a gay bar a little over 2 years ago.
That'll do it every time.
Since he started working there, we've had a couple arguments about boundaries. I've gone to visit him on multiple occasions, and I've seen people grope him up and kiss him. That reminds me of one of our friends. Side note,
Oh my god, how
at the
many
bars.
bars did we get kicked out of because of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So fast forward to today when we had a conversation about our sex life. For the past 2 months, we haven't been sleeping with each other consistently. It's been once here and there every couple weeks, and it's made me concerned a bit. So I asked him if it was me and if there was anything that I could do to spice up our sex life to get things going again. He told me that
Turn
it
around.
wasn't right. Oh no.
I'm
All
sorry.
right,
Keep going.
let me compose myself. He told me that it wasn't me and that I need to be confident and that there was nothing that I needed to work on and that he's just stressed. That conversation didn't sit right with me, and my intuition was telling me that there was more. So I decided to go through his Apple Watch. I know that's a breach of privacy and I can't take it back, and I feel terrible about it. Do you? Do you feel terrible
Do
about it? But I came across a conversation between him and one of his regulars, and they were sexting. And one of his regulars was explaining how he enjoyed biting him and feeling him up in the washroom. And I'm not sure,
Yes,
I'm not sure what to do about it. Can someone please help?
girl, he's gay.
Well, if it quacks
I
like a
don't,
duck,
I, I don't know what to tell you, sweet girl. He's gay. Just let him go ahead and experience it. I'm sorry. We have seen that far too many times.
yeah,
The
yes.
husband with 2 kids, and all of a sudden he is bent over in the men's bathroom.
Ah.
So yeah, he's gay. And okay, so let's say
He
this.
could be bi. Let's not say full gay.
Yeah,
He could be pan. He could
he's
be bi.
exploring his sexuality. Okay?
Right.
And yeah, that's another thing. We didn't have all these terms. So at any rate, he is exploring his sexuality, okay? And you know, he yeah, that's what he's doing. Now what you could do, it's going to open up Pandora's box, is that confront him on it. Say, "Hey, this is what I found. Do we need to talk?" You
Right.
know?
I mean,
I
that'd
mean,
be
she
the
could
adult
start
thing to do.
exactly. I mean, you've been together 4 years. Either you're just comfortable in the relationship or you're truly in love with this man. That's what she needs to define for herself. And if she truly is and wants to make it work, then she needs to talk to him. But, either way, cheating is cheating. Okay,
Right.
be it with a man, woman,
Right.
or anything else. But
Well, I mean,
yeah,
is
so
is biting cheating? If
he
someone was
groped him. He
biting your,
felt him up.
was it
But
was it on top of the pants or underneath the pants?
that he got bit?
No. Groping him.
He was he was his hands were in the pants and he was groping.
Okay.
And yeah. So and biting his neck? Is that what it was?
Just said that he enjoyed biting him is all it said and feeling him up.
Okay. Yeah, that's what the vampire said to me. So yeah, no. Um she needs to ask herself, is it worth the fight? Does she want to save her relationship? Does she want to talk to him and figure it out? Or does she want to just let him do his thing? Let him be him, explore it. And then they just end up remaining friends. But yeah, they need to have the conversation. And I think he's just curious right now. But once it happens, curiosity. Ooh,
Well,
so
so in my experience going to these establishments where men are interested in other men, you do
what
have
is that?
you do have strippers, go-go dancers, whatever you want to call them, and bartenders that are straight and they perform at these establishments because the tips are better, so I've heard.
Hmm.
And maybe he was just working for a good tip. I mean, not the
In the
tip,
bathroom?
not the tip, but maybe he was.
Just the tip.
But
But he was doing that in the bathroom?
hey,
No, you do
20 bucks is
you're
20
out.
bucks. Listen, that she's probably getting all these great gifts from him and everything. I'm just assuming that
He
he's
is
throwing all
not
this
giving her
money at her.
anything.
And if
He
he
isn't giving her
wasn't letting
anything.
old Paul in the restroom biting him and feeling him up, he may not be able to afford those things for her. Maybe she
Paul
needs to
didn't
think
give him
about that.
Paul didn't give him anything but a chafing wound, okay? So,
If she wants those
and
Apple Watches, she's gonna have to let a little nibbling happen.
No, she needs to have the conversation with him,
Yeah.
or she needs to have a conversation with herself and be like, "Is it worth it? Do you wanna continue this relationship?" So,
I mean, like you said, cheating's cheating.
cheating is
So,
cheating, okay? Yeah. Good luck, girl.
yeah.
Make sure
All
you use
right.
protection.
So, this next one is going to be a little political, but I feel like we are experiencing this now. So, this next one is from the Am I the Asshole category. And it
Yes,
was
you are.
right away, yes. And so, this was submitted by user Midnight Used. And they are asking, am I the asshole for unfriending my friend over political posts? They go on to say, I, a 44-year-old female, have a close friend who has become increasingly vocal about their political views on social media. While I respect her right to express herself, the constant barrage of divisive and inflammatory posts has started to take a toll on my mental health. I tried discussing my feelings with her, but she brushed me off, saying I was being too sensitive. After thinking over, I decided to unfriend her to protect my peace. Now she's upset and claims I'm intolerant and can't handle differing opinions. I feel torn between wanting to maintain our friendship and needing to prioritize my well being. Am I the asshole?
No, you are not the asshole.
Right.
I think, first and foremost, yes, everyone's opinions and thoughts and views, more power to you. But it's just like other people say about certain lifestyles. I don't want to see it. I don't want to be it. I don't want it in my face.
Mhm.
And we have had that conversation just this recently as your political event happened this week.
Right.
And yeah, I unfriended a lot of people on social media because yes, I am protecting my peace. Um, you know, again, respect everyone's opinion and everyone's views. I just don't need to see it and don't need to hear it.
Right.
Um, you know, I my I wasn't posting, a bunch of stuff and when I was posting things that were friendly things or things that I saw that really I enjoyed seeing, music things and just um just things that I thought were really relevant. It wasn't about politics. It wasn't, someone sharing their views. It was a person and their power that they were exhuming. And obviously, as a black woman, I was excited to see that and wanted to is to share it. And yes, that was in a as a point pushing my view to somebody else. Okay, I got that. But the rhetoric and the hate and the things that others were sending and posting, no, I was protecting my peace, and yeah, uh, had to, including family members, had to unfriend a lot of people. And so the holidays are going to be different this year for a lot of people. Don't feel bad about having to do that. We have to. You got to protect your peace. And so don't feel bad about it. Drop them like a hot potato. Drop, block, whatever you got to do. And and again, certain people I had the conversation with. Hey, you know, respect you. We've been friends, but A, can't do it anymore.
Mhm.
Um, you're not going to smile in my face and I know that this is what you truly believe because you think that, you know, gas is gonna be $2 a gallon, or you're gonna be able to buy eggs for a cheaper amount.
Right.
That's not what we're talking about. People don't realize, and, I told you we weren't gonna get into this, but people don't realize how long it takes a president and their administration to clear things up, you know?
Right.
How it's and that's why it's always great to get a second term right away because now that's your term. That is the time for the president to really and truly now drive home their policies and everything. Whereas the first 4 years is cleaning up the last thing. It's the same thing with getting a job. You
Mhm.
know, you're cleaning up the last person's stuff. It takes you 6 months to a year sometimes. Well, it takes a president 4 years to start really and truly getting things across. And so, no, girl, you are more than 100% fine with doing that. Drop them, unfriend them, and keep it pushing. You know, exactly. I am fine, fine by myself. There's a
Yeah.
lot of things changing. This, in this 2025, we got to think of ourselves. So, yeah, she's fine. She is not the asshole for that. Her friend is.
I mean, yeah, I agree. Well, and it sounds like, that she tried to have a conversation with the other person. So they're not just friends on social media, they're friends in person. So I can see there being a difference too, where, sometimes people act differently on social media
Mm-hmm.
because, they're, again, it's like those kids in the subway. They're there for the likes, there for the dopamine.
Yeah.
So other people like-minded like them are going to like their posts and all that. And, for me, for social media, like if there's certain things I want to see in my feed that are, like you said, abusive, hateful, like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm going, if you have a different opinion, fine, whatever. Like I have friends that are Republicans as well, and we're
Right.
happy to have
Right.
conversations with them. But I'm not going to stand for like really hateful, like against, you know, um, comments or
Right.
views that are going to demean people that I'm friends with, the person that I
Right.
am. So,
Yeah.
there's a difference. And those people are going to express those opinions. I am going to unfriend them because I don't want to see that. Like,
Exactly.
like,
And that's exactly what everyone says. If you don't like it, don't, unfriend me. And that's exactly what we're doing.
yeah,
It's not, oh, you guys don't, you don't think about anybody else's opinion. Yeah, I am. I see your opinion. I don't agree with it. We
yeah,
can agree to disagree, but I also don't have to see it. It's
yeah.
just like, people in the gay community. People don't want to, see it. I, you know, great, you're gay. Thank you. Woo woo woo. I don't need to see it in my face every single day.
So do
You
you want me to
know?
take down my videos of me
Yes, please.
making out with random guys?
Yes, please.
Damn.
Completely
Doing it
upon
for the
yours.
talk, man.
But no, it's like seriously, people, if you don't want to see it, you don't have to watch it. You don't have to, you take it down. Don't, don't keep looking at it. But it's that's your opinion. That's how
Hmm.
you feel. And you don't need to feel sorry for it, you know? Um, and people, yeah, it is what it is. But again, it's about our peace and our happiness. Like again, I said Wednesday, all I did was meditate and cleanse myself and to get the negative thoughts out of my head and just be able to prepare myself to go back out in these streets and, to see people and to communicate. Because again, you who you vote for is who you vote for. At
Hmm.
the end of the day, when judgment day comes, God is not going to ask you who you voted for. Okay. And so that's not it's not the thing.
I got
But
another Whitney song in my head. When it
ooh,
comes to Judgment Day,
okay.
when you
No,
ask me what I
when
did
I'm
with my
standing on the
life,
front line,
yeah,
okay? When I'm standing on the front line.
I
So
will
yeah, no.
say I argued with people on social media.
Okay, about who they voted for. So yeah, it is. No, you're not the asshole. You're fine. Protect your peace. Keep it pushing.
And it's social
And
media. Like, who
it's social
cares?
media, right? And again, and if this person again is truly, truly a friend, they will not have those conversations with you. They
Mhm.
won't keep, pushing it. They'll be your friend to be your friend, and you guys can meet and communicate on different things. You
Sure.
know, I don't believe in a lot of things that you believe in, and we don't discuss it.
You don't?
And so, no, we don't. And so, and so, and vice
Unfriended.
versa. And yeah, I know, and vice versa.
Mhm.
We have that, but again, if you have a true relationship with somebody and it's a true friendship, you can get past all that, and that person, if they really want to be in your life, will respect that. They
Mhm.
don't have to keep bringing it up in your face every single time. They can respect that it makes you uncomfortable or that you don't like it, and move on. And if that person wants to be your friend, they will notice that. If they don't, and they still want to throw it in your face, then that's not your friend. That's not who you need to be with.
Yeah.
You know?
Agree.
So, right.
Ooh, that was deep.
Ooh, child.
Ooh. I need me some Jason Momoa vodka now.
I've got a case of it, baby. Oh, God.
All
So,
right.
got anything else?
No, I that's all that I had for today. So, I think that's all that we need to handle for today. So,
Exactly. Now it's cocktail hour.
right. So I just
Right.
want to thank everyone for listening and always ask to like, share, comment. Again, submit questions if you'd like. We'd love to answer them. Maybe some a little bit more lighthearted than the last one. But but yeah, just want to thank you all for sticking around and listening.
Yes, definitely. And again, everyone has their opinions, but at the end of the day, we have to live, work, and be with each other. So please be kind to one another. And hey, it is what it is. We got to get through it, right?
True that.
True that. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.